So let's bring in Aditi, our favorite non-in-studio part of the panel, Aditi.
Wait, you just put Aditi then over Leroy Horde?
Yeah,
this is awkward.
We love them all. We love them all. DeQuell's in studio tomorrow.
Well, let's put it this way. She's our favorite today.
By far. By far.
Jeez.
Okay, but that's only because you have Pat in the studio after me, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not even favorite guest.
Aditi has some explaining to do, though, Aditi. Your tweet this morning got people fired up.
What was her tweet? I didn't see it.
I don't know what I tweeted
responded
this
to
morning.
your tweet, Jay.
I didn't see
Oh.
it. I don't look at Twitter. I have to admit,
You just tweet? Is that
someone
the way
writes
that it
that
goes?
for me, I cut it, I paste it in a tweet, and I hit send, and that's the last I look at it.
Wow.
Do you even read it? Do you read it before you put it out there?
I actually do. I edit it. I made a couple of changes to today's and put it into my own words. But once I hit send, I'm done. Like, I don't. So if you
Do
replied,
you never read your mentions?
never.
I'm
never
always
read
trying
your
to make
mentions.
weekend plans with you
Why?
on there. This makes so much sense now.
See, I wasn't blowing
Makes
you off.
so much sense now.
I don't see it.
Right.
Aditi, I learned a long time ago that it's the world's largest bathroom wall. And I try not to put too much stock into anything because anybody can grab a megaphone. So I don't listen to anybody that might tell me I'm great and I'm doing a wonderful job, or anybody that tells me I absolutely suck and I should go dig a hole and jump in it. I learned a long time ago that's an awful way to live your life. And I worked with Skip Bayless, who one time showed me his mentions, and I wanted to die for Skip. I had such secondhand embarrassment that I just decided that this is a community that I don't know that I want to live in that. And some of the some of the awful
I
things
think
that are said.
that's very healthy, but this is what the issue is. So much of what we do is about interacting with the people that support the work that we do.
That's where I lean on Mike.
Those interactions can be really engaging. They can be fun. They can be rewarding. When I announced that I was leaving the NFL Network, my goodness, reading those mentions carried me for weeks at a time that, this is a smart decision. It's going to be okay. And, the mentions can also be awful.
Yeah.
For sure. So it's healthier to sometimes ignore them or tune them out, as you said. But I haven't figured out the balance. I haven't.
It's hard to
yet.
find. It's hard to find that balance. Sorry, Aditi. It is hard to find that balance because I think if a lot of people, most people are bothered by when people say something nasty, even if we pretend we're not bothered by it. Something somebody says really nasty. But you got to realize that 95% of the people are, complimentary or neutral. And you got to try your best to ignore the people that are real jerks on there.
But you know what? But
I like to interact with the good people that are asking me questions or whatever.
I think the mistake that people make with Twitter, and now we're realizing that as perhaps the number of fake Twitter accounts is coming out, and it's far more than the 5% that Twitter had been claiming. There are some estimates that it's as high as 22% that are so. And the other thing is too, I think they had claimed just under 300 million users. And this is a worldwide platform.
Right.
There's 350 million Americans. Right. So I think the mistake we make is to look at this and say, well, everyone's saying.
Right, yes.
No, they're not.
No doubt.
No, they're not.
That is true.
So
it's also a very, very vocal minority. Like you think about it, Adam, or like for me, the Steelers fans on Twitter attack me so vociferously, are constantly at my throat, are calling me dingbat, whatever. That's never happened to me in public. Not once ever.
No.
Has any Steelers fan ever come up to me.
It's another reason I don't want to live in that community.
But wait, we still don't know the tweet. What is the tweet that she sent?
Did I set myself up for that?
Yeah, you did.
What is the tweet you sent that got people fired up? Do you know what it is? Or Mike,
well, I think it's probably just Jay saying that he's going to ask me, is Cleveland really the best sports town?
Okay.
And so I simply responded, does he expect an honest answer and for me to still actually remain living in the city of Pittsburgh?
Okay, so what's the honest answer? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. So what is, no, we need an honest answer. Yes.
Well, no, I mean, I do, as I drink out of my Pittsburgh Penguins cup, okay?
Yeah. Boo.
Pittsburgh people, this is the Penguins cup. You don't have a hockey team. What do you mean, boo?
All right, I guess that's right. Yeah. Wait,
the Monsters.
No NHL team.
We got Blue
We
Jackets.
got the either Lumberjacks or Monsters? Something like that. I don't know.
We do have the Monsters.
Okay.
No, but
Whatever
we
that
understand.
may be.
What you're saying is you're essentially being held captive in North Korea, and and you're not allowed to say what you really feel.
What I can say. What I can say is that I love, love, love Cleveland sports fans. And I actually did just have this conversation with a gentleman on the plane when I was flying from LA to Chicago. The passion, the commitment, and the loyalty after so many years of heartache, after having, let's just take the Browns, having your team ripped out from under you basically in the middle of the night, and then being subjected to this decades of whatever you want to call it, whatever adjective you want to use, and to still continuously come back and have so much passion and fight and believe in your team and cheer on your team. I think that there's something tremendous about that. I think the same of Cavaliers fans. I mean, LeBron comes, you think it's going to be the most amazing thing, and then LeBron takes his talents to South Beach, and oh, great. So I think that I love the passion in Cleveland. I love the nature, the blue-collar fight of the fan base. I love that Cleveland, in many ways, is like Pittsburgh, a very underrated city. You know, it's far more beautiful, I think, than people realize. It's got a much better food scene, is really sophisticated. We talked about this a few weeks ago when the draft was in Cleveland. I had the opportunity to get to show off the city of Cleveland and how many NFL fans found out so much more about the city and its fan base and its community than just looking at First Energy Stadium. So I love Cleveland as a sports city. Another reason that I love Cleveland as a sports city is that there aren't a gazillion, while there's more to offer than you think, there's not a gazillion distractions. You know, like we were coming from LA on the plane and we were talking about Rams fans. Well, in LA, there's a million things to do. Mm-hmm. And so like you're at the Super Bowl and there were just as many Bengals fans in the stands as there were Rams fans, and that's because Bengals fans are diehard. In the city of Cincinnati, there's just not as many distractions, and there's a greater sense of community. We're in this together to root for our team, and that's what you feel in Cleveland. That's what you feel in Pittsburgh. There are cities that are like that, where it brings you together. So yes, Cleveland is a great, great, great sports city. I refuse to say it is number one of all, however many were ranked.
She did a nice job. I thought she did all right.
Around that very well.
Nice way of saying that. Nice way of saying too that one of the reasons it's so good is because of our lack of entertainment options. Thank you. And culture. Appreciate that. Like you just got to. You got nothing else. It's that or just.
Joe Burrow said that about
stay at home. Eat pierogies.
Go ahead.
Now, Aditi, let's get down to this brass tacks with this. For me, I like the comment of you guys have the best fans. For me, I call that a backhanded compliment. See, from where I want my team to be good, right? Mm-hmm. So it's almost as if you meet a beautiful young lady and she friends box you. Like she's like, oh, you're just like my brother. You know, you're great to talk to. You know, you really do. You're
so smart.
You do a great job of counseling me when my boyfriend is acting up. I think you're doing great. And then they friends box you. When the media gives us Best Friends Award, that means that is the citizenship award. You didn't make the merit roll. You didn't make the honor roll. I want my team to be good. I would rather take.
You can be a great sports town and be good teams too.
But we're not known for that.
No, that's true.
And so they give us that award and then tell us
that's not Aditi's fault.
I get it. But
I completely disagree because I think being a great sports city is the entire experience of being a sports fan in the city. And so if the fans are great, if the fans create a good community, if the fans know how to tailgate, that's all part of being a great sports city. Who cares if your team wins, 10 division titles in a row, but nobody goes to the games or nobody cares? That's not a great sports city. The Rays are great. Los Angeles is not a great sports city. Sorry.
They had dozens of fans at their parade. I don't know that we should kill the Rams.
I want this. I want to raise the trophy. I think that goes into I think that goes
into. But we did with the Cavs.
No, we talk Browns. Oh, come on. Worry about them. Does that mentality that I just brought give insight into why the Browns made the move for Deshaun Watson? They're tired of losing. They're tired of being known as the lovable guy. They want to win, and they did everything in their power to do so. Is that half of the reason why the Haslam's? Because we're trying to get into their mind. Why would you do this? Why would you be so egregious?
I think that's the only reason. Right? You believe that this is a quarterback, a generational talent who could help your team win. And it's everything else. should have been considered. You are sitting here and thinking about that and at what cost. But I think the number one driver is winning. And that was that. I mean, I agree with you, G. I agree that you want to win, but at what cost? Right. And I think that was not necessary. Maybe that cost was, I don't know, minimized, not realized, not fully acknowledged. We have yet to see. But if you are asking, did they do this because they want to win? Obviously, they're not running a rehabilitation of images program here.
Yeah, no, it's the only reason they did it, because it gave them the best chance of winning.
Aditi, right before you came on, we were having a debate where I was destroying both G and J, who embarrassingly said that Buffalo and Kansas City have better skill position talent than Cincinnati, and the Browns, frankly. I don't know. Tell them how lost in the soup they are. Look, running back, wide receiver.
Yeah, I have a hard time.
That's a loaded question.
Saying that either has better skill position talent than Cincinnati. I mean, I think one could argue that I'd rather. I mean, it's hard because Joe Burrow is still getting back to full form. So if you have Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes,
but wait a second,
Joe Burrow.
Aditi, sorry to cut you off, but we were told just running back, wide receiver, tight end, not even including the quarterback. So I didn't think it was even close.
It complicates things. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't think that of the three, Mixon is the best running back?
Mixon is definitely the best running back of the three.
Okay, so that's the Bengals right there.
And the Bengals have the best wide receivers of the three.
I would rather have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, and Tyler Boyd than any other threesome.
So it's easy for you. Bengals best skill position talent in the AFC.
Yes.
Not even
if you're
close.
excluding quarterbacks.
Yeah,
if
we
you're
are.
excluding quarterbacks.
You didn't mention tight end, where the Chiefs have, again, a huge advantage.
Right, but they have no other.
Yes.
The Bengals have better running backs and better. In fact, the Chiefs' number one wide receiver would be fourth on the Bengals depth chart.
Yeah, so you're sitting here and do the Chiefs have the best tight end? Yes, of course they do.
Sure.
But I would argue that the Bengals have the better running back room and the better wide receiver room.
Yeah, see,
so
the reason this is so.
Well,
the reason it's so tough is because I think the discussion should have included quarterback. The assumption is the quarterback's not a skill position?
It's not. It's a quarterback.
But how is it not?
Oh, there's no skill needed to play quarterback.
Well, it takes skill to play offensive line,
too. It doesn't make any sense, Mikey McNuggets. You have to include the quarterback.
But even if you,
I agree with Aditi.
Even if you include the quarterback, it's still obvious.
Just a reminder, it's June, everybody.
See, I would still take Mahomes over. I would take Mahomes over Burrow.
If all three are on the board, who are you taking? How are you ranking those three?
I'm taking Mahomes.
I would take Mahomes over Burrow, but I think the gap between those two is much small. The gap that the advantage the Chiefs would have at tight end and quarterback is lesser combined than the gap the Bengals would have at running back and wide receiver.
You know what? I think I would take Burrow over Mahomes.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Wow. It's not crazy.
No, it's not crazy because we're splitting hairs. If you throw Allen, Mahomes, Burrow, and even throw Watson in there.
Now, Burrow's got to do it. Burrow's got to do it another year.
I do want to see
Burrow's got to do it at least one more year.
Sure.
Yep.
That's why I'd still put I'd put Allen and Mahomes ahead of Burrow right now. Me personally, as a fan, if you'd said to me as a Bengals fan, would you trade Burrow for Mahomes or Allen? I would not. But if I'm making an independent list, I would put those guys ahead of Burrow right now.
Can I tell you just why? Can I tell you why I'd take Burrow over Mahomes? And I don't even know how to put Allen in this conversation because I love Allen too. So now if you're asking me about Allen versus Burrow, I'm having a problem here. And it is splitting hairs. The only reason I'm saying that at this moment, and again, my mind could change next year, you're right. Let's see what the body of work is and how things continue. But I was on the field at the AFC title game, and I saw Mahomes completely, totally, entirely flummoxed and deer in the headlights-ish and unable to kind of close things out there. I mean, they did ultimately get that last field goal that tied the game and sent it into overtime. But then again, through the pick, I have not seen Joe Burrow flummoxed. I mean, he is Joe Cool for a reason.
No, he looked pretty ordinary against the Browns. He looked really ordinary against the Browns in the 41-14 loss in Cincinnati.
You mean in the Odell Beckham week when Denzel Ward picked him off and raced it 99 yards.
We're clinging to this. We're clinging to that.
That's all we have.
That's all we have. Just let us have that, please.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, Burrow had a couple of bad games this year. That wasn't the only bad game he played.
Aditi, you feel better?
No, but listen, Aditi was very ordinary in that game.
Right, but that doesn't mean he was flummoxed. He didn't play well.
I've never seen him like that. I'm just saying I saw him like that.
Right, he did not play well. He didn't play well against the Bears last year either.
First of all, remember, Joe Burrow was fresh off of that knee surgery, right? It hadn't even been a year by the time he played that November game. And so each week we saw him have more confidence in the knee and what he could do, how he could bleed out of the pocket a little bit. So obviously he was playing his best, or he was much better at the end of the season than he was at the start and the middle.
No question.
I'm saying it's about an attitude. It's, again, like whatever we want to say about Ben Roethlisberger never gave up. There was never a game. And sometimes it was to his detriment. Like sometimes you need to throw the ball away and live to see another down. Ben Roethlisberger never, ever, ever thought that he was out of a game. And so similarly, I have never seen Joe Burrow. Have I seen him have bad games? Yeah. Have I seen him be unable to do certain things? Yeah. But I've never seen that look like, oh my God, what am I going to do now? Or how are we going to figure this out? Or we're lost, or I give up. I've just never seen that.
All right, that's
especially when he was taking more of a beating than any other quarterback in the league.
Aditi, one of the greatest stats in the history of the NFL, and I hope you know this because I'm going to throw it out there and I don't know the exact number, but I believe the number of regular season games that Ben Roethlisberger played in that didn't have playoff implications may have been like one.
Yeah, that's
or two.
Yeah,
I will. It's something absurd
ridiculous.
like that.
Yeah.
Like every game that guy played,
I know
there was playoff implications involved, which is stunning to me.
I will be haunted for so long by images of him. We'd be like, Browns would be up like 17 at halftime all the time against Pittsburgh, and he'd come out and I'd be like, "We got him," and then you look in his eyes, just like, "No, you don't." And then sure enough, it just slowly starts turning around.
This is why
it was such a nightmare. I'm so glad he's gone.
This is why I got laser pinpoint focus. I don't forget nothing. Joe Flacco ran through us.
And he sucks.
Andy Dalton ran, and Ben Roethlisberger did whatever he wanted. Ben
Roethlisberger's a heinous
I
human
want
being.
them to burn. I don't wish nothing good on the Steelers. I hope the rookie plays like crap. I hope Trubisky, he comes in, he plays horrible too. I'm not rooting for him. I don't even wear their colors. At the end of the day, payback is a you-know-what, and I'm waiting to get it. Let's get this season going.
Okay.
All right, I'm ready.
The season can't come fast. Where do the Browns
Wait, so you
rank
never
for
wear
you?
yellow? Is that what you're saying? You have
That's
nothing
a
in your
lie. I lied on that. I wear yellow. I think I got a black and yellow hat. I retract that.
Yeah.
Hey, he's being fair at least.
Aditi,
new information.
I actually think the Browns' skill position talent, again, if we're not including quarterback, is better than the Chiefs and Bills also. What say you?
Ooh.
There we go.
Okay, so I haven't seen Amari Cooper in this offense and how he'll be utilized. Let me think. The tight ends, yes, superior. Running backs, yes, superior. So you're saying you like Cooper over Diggs?
No,
right?
I like Diggs. Diggs is better than Cooper, but I think the Browns,
well, it's Cooper and a whole bunch of guys who haven't proven anything yet.
Right, but the Bills don't have.
Donovan Peoples-Jones, we've seen enough of him, right?
Yeah, I mean,
yes, we have.
Anything on the Bills?
I agree with that.
Who's proven anything on the Bills besides Diggs? That kid, what's his name, had a good end of the season.
You're right.
In the playoffs. McKenzie? I can't even think of his name right now. But they have nothing at running back. Nothing.
Right.
And their tight end
they
is
haven't
nothing.
been able to run well.
Josh
Yeah,
Allen is their
I think
running
that you
game.
make a fair point.
Yeah.
I do think you make a fair point.
And the Chiefs' skill position talent outside of Kelsey is average
well, they have
or worse.
Juju now. Don't forget they have Juju.
Yeah, but Juju's done nothing since Antonio Brown left Pittsburgh. Juju's been a nothing.
Yeah. So you telling me, Bull, that you're making a case for the Browns having the #1 offense?
No. He didn't say that.
He's still got Cincinnati.
He's got Cincinnati at number
I would just
one.
sit here and I would say that I think Juju will have a better year in Kansas City, simply by virtue of playing with Mahomes and because of the attention that Kelsey will draw. When Juju's one-on-one, he wins. The trouble is he's not a true #1 receiver. And so we saw that. Whenever he played with Antonio Brown and Antonio was drawing the defenses, Juju capitalized on getting the ball. And that's what you have to do. Again, if if A.J. Green is doubled and the ball goes to Marvin Jones, you could count on Marvin Jones to catch the ball and score and do what he needed to do. So Juju could do that because the attention wasn't on him. When Juju was the one and the defenses were on him, he's just not a guy that regularly beats double, triple teams or a defense that's clouded towards him. But in Kansas City, the defense is going to cloud towards Kelsey, not Juju.
You're right. That's true in theory. My only argument is that even with Kelsey and Tyreek Hill in Kansas City, there was no other receiver in the entire time those guys were there that ever had a standout season.
You know, Mikey McNuggets just showed us Schwartz, who I keep wanting to call Mitchell Schwartz, and Mitchell Schwartz has been gone forever, but Anthony Schwartz, I'm very, very curious to see the jump that he takes. I was at his pro day 2 years ago. There's no question how fast he is. The question was, how does he track a ball? How does he catch a ball? All of the same things. You know, obviously he was raw a year ago, but you want the biggest jump to come from year 1 to year 2. What do we see out of him? And what does he give this team? And is he that element of kind of spreading the field in a certain way? Can he be a game breaker somehow? You know, and if it's not in the way that he shakes guys, but can he just outrun everyone and get free?
And our expectations are so low that anything he does will be good.
It's the key to happiness.
Yeah. But I mean, that was the idea, right?
Low.
As low as raw as he is he a guy that can take the top off the defense?
Right.
Like, is he someone you could just send on a go? Just go. And he outruns everybody, and boom, you're able to play.
Wouldn't it be great if he just if he had like an amazing year, all of a sudden came out of nowhere? We deserve one of those, right? A guy to make it.
Well, it's dependent on who's calling. Andy Reid gets guys that are fast. He doesn't tell them to just run go. He says, come run the jet sweep. Come, let's run some play action. Let me throw you a couple tunnel screens. Wrinkles, little things to get him touches, 5-6 touches. And then when you run the ball, you lull him to sleep. And now you can go deep and you can run a post or a post corner. It's just about how creativity, what type of creativity Kevin Stefanski is going to use. And if you take a look at all the skill positions, you'll have to consider who's calling those plays. If you're telling me if it's Andy Reid or Kevin Stefanski, I kind of like Andy Reid, right? Yeah. I kind of like the offense that the Buffalo Bills run. They're like, listen, we're going to throw it 50 times. Stop it. And it kind of works.
And I know. Well, we'll see with a new offensive coordinator, right?
Yeah.
Because the Bills' offensive coordinator has gone on to New York or to New Jersey, actually.
Let's see what impact that has.
Good point.
It still bothers me. This many years later, I'm 10 years removed from being there. It still bothers me
that they're called New York.
Have to refer to the Giants and the Jets as New York.
I know.
They've been in Jersey forever.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's New York, though. It's ours. We're claiming it.
Yeah, but New York hadn't made the decision. It was the teams that made that decision.
No, I know, but I don't know. Were there any state dollars involved in building that stadium?
Both teams are headquartered in New York, or at least they were. That's why.
I think
the Jets are in. They were formed in New York, but they both moved to New Jersey.
Right, but they had their office buildings in New York. That's how they were able to get away with that.
They keep a P.O. box there just to keep it street legal.
Yeah, right. I wonder if the state of New Jersey gave any money to help build that stadium. I don't know the answer to that.
No offense, Aditi, but everybody knows that North Jersey is just a suburb of New York anyway.
There you go. And everything east of the Hudson is the Midwest.
Pretty much.
True.
Yeah. It is kind of awful. When people ask me where I grew up, I say it's 45 minutes from the city and about an hour from Philly. Like, I give two big cities that are in two different states.
Yeah. Are you serious, Aditi? You don't stand New Jersey? Come on now.
No, I do. You know, it's fine. Well, you know what? I was actually born in New York City. So I'm a native New Yorker.
Yeah, you are.
Right?
You're allowed
up in Jersey, but my hometown is officially New York, or is it the town that I went to high school in?
You can claim either one. McNuggets, you're from New Jersey.
Whatever's
Where do you tell people
for
you're
tax
from?
Purposes.
Oh, New Jersey.
You claim Jersey proudly.
I'll be buried in New Jersey.
What town are you from?
New Jersey.
For Senate. There's a guy running for Senate in Pennsylvania right now who lives in New Jersey and votes in Turkey. I mean, it's sort of
It's a perfect system.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But when I think of Jersey, I think of the boss, John Bon Jovi, and McNuggets.
Fun fact real quick.
So
karate lessons from Bon Jovi's wife as a kid.
You took karate lessons from Bon Jovi's?
Yeah, I used to be friends with Bon Jovi's kid. Yeah, his wife was our karate teacher back
That's way too weird to make up.
By the way, the girl, if anybody watches Stranger Things, the main girl, I can't think of Millie Bobby Brown, the star of that show, is dating John Bon Jovi's son.
Are we glossing over that he got karate lessons from John Bon Jovi's wife? Can you tell us just a little bit about that?
Missed that.
Yeah, no, it's a real thing. Me and my brother.
Is that her name? Dorothea or something?
Yes. And we used to have Jackie Chan week, and we'd go to their house because he lived about 10 minutes away from me growing up.
So you've met Bon Jovi?
I've never met Bon Jovi.
He's a little dude. He's about your size.
He never wandered into the dojo?
I thought Bon Jovi lived in Rumson. Mikey, doesn't he live in Rumson?
Yeah, I'm 10 minutes away from Rumson.
Oh, I didn't realize that. But he's originally from Freehold, is that right? Or Bruce is from
which is like 30
Freehold?
minutes away from where I'm from.
Can we put something on the bottom of the screen that says
geography
UCSS debates origin of Bon Jovi?
This man is up
and random New Jersey towns.
So are we doing our top 5?
Yes,
before
we
Pat
are.
has to
We
go?
are going to do the ultimate 5, yes, and this is inspired by our resident vegetarian on the show, Aditi Kinkhabwala.
Oh.
So, as always, our ultimate 5 is sponsored by Roundstone Insurance. Roundstone offers a better alternative for affordable quality health care. For more than a decade, Roundstone Insurance has been saving small and mid-sized businesses money, an average of 20%. Yeah, 20%.
Wow.
Contact us today to learn how you can get great healthcare benefits that your employees will love and save money too. And with Aditi sticking around to hang out with us on the Ultimate 5 today, we figured we'd do the 5 best vegetables.
Aditi, you are the vegetarian. I claim that nobody really likes vegetables. We tolerate vegetables, but you're a vegetarian.
Disagree.
Do you actually like vegetables or do you tolerate them?
I love vegetables. I actually just had this argument with my husband about the Impossible Burger, which I think is disgusting.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't eat meat, so I don't want to eat fake meat. I want to eat a veggie burger that tastes like veggies.
I respect
or a black
that.
bean
Thank you.
It's
All
like
right.
black beans.
I agree.
That is why she is thin and I'm fat. But
You're right.
I don't. Does cucumber even count as a vegetable? It's the only vegetable I actually like.
It's not on my list, so who cares?
Not on the list.
Let's keep him.
All right.
Let's touch this list.
Yeah, let's keep it moving. We have a guest in studio coming in next.
Every day.
All right,
I
Especially
don't
when
not
it's
like cucumbers. It's just not in my top 5.
all right, what's
All right,
number
go
5?
Number 5, carrots. Versatile. You can roast them. You can eat them
a
raw.
good vegetable.
They're delicious. Carrots are good. They go in salads. You can eat them.
all
Fair. I do like carrots.
I got to see what number 3 is, but
I
go
do
on.
like carrots. Yeah.
Number 4.
Asparagus.
Ugh.
That's
Steakhouse.
Disgusting. It makes your
Asparagus
feet
is
smell.
delicious.
They smell like cigarettes.
They
I
are
can't
the
smell,
worst.
so actually the smell doesn't
When
bother
you
me.
go to the bathroom, it's awful. Like,
awful.
Just go
Off
to
the
bathroom
rails.
and what it does to your
Asparagus.
feet.
Off the
Like,
rails.
Ugh.
Asparagus.
Yeah.
is
Even
delicious.
Aditi doesn't like it. She's a vegetarian.
Whatever it
I
is.
can't smell.
No,
so
definitely
all
not
these
top
smells,
5.
like I don't know what it's.
You can't smell either.
What do you mean you
took
can't smell?
I
karate
have no
lessons.
sense of smell.
You took
True
karate
story.
lessons from Bon Jovi's wife, and you have no sense of smell. And I'm just learning all of this now.
And I've crashed Chris Chelios' 4th of July party on Malibu Beach.
All right, get to your next vegetable.
I
Next
want
vegetable.
video.
What?
Number 3, spinach.
Ugh.
Delicious.
Yuck. Another one is
Popeye.
terrible.
What is wrong with this child?
I mean, I love spinach. I eat a lot of spinach.
Okay.
I do. But not.
Nah,
I don't
bro,
think that
that's
I want
not up
spinach.
there.
All right, Popeye, what's number 2?
That ain't it.
This is a comeback vegetable of the decade.
Come back.
Brussels sprouts. Steve, let's take it.
I do like Brussels
delicious.
sprouts, but they got to be
I
grilled.
do too.
I actually like Brussels sprouts.
Just look at that.
Them is
That's
tart.
disgusting.
My wife grills them
No.
with a little salt and a little oil. Delicious. I do
I'm
love
telling
them.
you right now, Nuggets, if this is cauliflower, number 1, I am coming back there.
Well, can we go back to the picture of number 2?
They look beautiful.
Yeah, give me one
To
sec.
me,
I
I
gotta
think they
admit
look
it. I love
tremendous.
Brussels.
Oh my
I'm hungry
Those
for
look
Brussels.
delicious.
you know what it reminds me of? Have you ever seen a bird's nest with like 8 different little baby birds, and they're
Jay,
all waiting to
I
get
only
the
like
they
lunch
look
two
from their mother?
vegetables.
so
Don't
good.
turn me
Don't
off to the
ruin
one
one
of the
of
vegetables.
don't
I
ruin
like.
one
Go
of
ahead.
Bull's 2 vegetables.
Yeah, right.
Good Lord,
That's
that's
nasty,
disgusting.
bro.
Didi, you like Brussels sprouts, right?
I do. I love them. A little like
Brussels
balsamic
sprouts.
glaze on them.
Exactly.
I mean, or you can make them Asian, like in a stir fry. Yeah, I love Brussels
There you
sprouts
go.
actually.
All right.
Mikey, you're right. That is a comeback vegetable. I never liked them until a few years ago.
I hated
and
them when I
now-
was a kid. Now I love them.
Sprouts are hot right now.
Wow, comeback vegetable. So it went through a down period.
It was used to be boiled as a cafeteria.
Oh, they're
food,
gross
and
boiled.
now
They're gross.
fried,
You got to
pan-roasted, delicious
bake
now.
them.
You haven't said a word. Do you like asparagus?
Bro, listen.
He's
man.
sitting out, conscientious objector to the vegetable
He
conversation.
eats like 3
The
foods. He
vegetables
does
is
not
so,
touch vegetables.
The vegetables so bad. Like I can't really be comment. Like I put on my dating.
He's horrified.
Nobody that's a vegetarian I can't date. They could be having all these different. They got rules and regulations.
Yeah.
They don't
Nothing
even-
can touch
they,
anything.
They can't touch the meat. They
Yeah.
can't touch the
You
hamburgers.
gotta use different spoons.
It'd be like they be judging you while you eating the
It's a
steak.
nightmare.
I'm like, bro, I'm
I
not
know.
a bad person. I just like this cow. I like cow. I don't want to eat a veggie wrap.
Yeah.
I don't want mustard, mayo, and cucumbers shredded on a grilled pita. I don't want that.
All right, number one, Mike.
You know
Well,
what's
before
really
I
funny?
give you my number
Actually,
one.
Wait, hold on one second.
Go ahead,
I said
Aditi.
to my son, I said to my 6-year-old the other day, I was like, honey, do you want a grilled cheese or you want a dead chicken?
My gosh.
Loaded question, Your Honor.
Traumatizing.
Loaded question.
I might have said, or do you want a murdered chicken?
Oh, my
do you want
God.
cheese or a murdered chicken?
He went with murdered chicken?
My 6-year-old's father was not very happy about that.
No, murdered
Aditi,
chicken.
before I give my number one, I'm
Tainting
curious,
the
what is
jury.
your favorite vegetable? What's your number one?
Oh gosh. Well, I hope that this isn't broccoli or cauliflower.
It is
My
not.
number one. That's so hard. That's like asking who's your favorite child. I think that there are some things that are missing
Everybody has
on
one,
there.
though.
Outback blooming onion.
Ew.
No? All right.
I do love cucumbers. I love celery. I love peppers, like green or red or yellow, orange peppers. Sweet potatoes. Those are vegetables. I love those. Butternut squash. That's a vegetable that I love.
Well,
I
none of
don't
those
know.
are my
How's the
number
chat
one.
doing right
What's
now?
None of those are my
Mike's a
number
big
one.
fan of butternut. Go ahead, Mike.
I didn't think sweet
Got a lot of
potatoes
squash
really
heads.
counted.
It's a
So
vegetable.
Okay.
my number one vegetable, a summer smash.
Oh, I love
Corn's
corn.
good.
Good Jersey
Yeah.
corn.
Weight Watchers does not consider corn a vegetable.
I
Well,
got
it is a vegetable.
I know it is.
Has a lot of carbs.
You
But
finished pretty
it's
strong.
an unhealthy vegetable.
You
it
finished
is.
strong.
Well, that's why
No,
it's
but
but
I
you know
love
what,
it.
Mike?
Corn is the best.
we
He's
need
right.
you know what we need, Mikey? We need somebody to bring Jersey corn into studio, like fresh
Oh,
Jersey corn.
terrible
There's
band.
nothing like it.
No, she's right. I always used to. I'm from Ohio. I always thought that we had the best sweet corn. But I lived in Jersey for a decade, and I was blown away when I had
Yeah.
Jersey corn. I'm like, this is right there with Ohio. I'm not going to say it's better than Ohio, Aditi, but it's
What?
no, it's not.
That's because you're biased.
Well,
Sorry.
listen, have you had Ohio corn?
Is this one of the? No, Bulls never had me over for corn on the cover.
Never had you over. I've invited you over 5 times. You've turned me down.
Wow. Really
My
open
God.
about
Now
it.
it's 6.
Yes.
And we have,
I don't know if
an
it's
extra
5. I've
one
invited
on
her over
this
a
list
couple
real
of
quick.
Training camp. It's definitely
All right.
happening. I
Sounds good.
We have one more real quick, Aditi. This is, I had to add it. Steve, take it, please. This is the worst vegetable. And this is a personal take at Jay, Jay, where's your celery? Pull it up.
I've
This
already
celery
eaten it.
is
He already ate it for today.
abysmal.
He brings in
It's
a bag
terrible.
of celery every day.
It's
Look at that reaction.
disgusting, and you should be punished, honestly, for eating celery on a daily basis.
I eat it every day.
No.
Every
I
morning.
disagree.
I like a celery
Jay,
in a
my
soup.
kids
It gives
love-
it some a little kick.
Go ahead,
I
Aditi.
love ants on a log. You ever have that? Ants on a log? You put a little peanut butter
Sure.
in
That's-
the celery, and then you put some little raisins, and it looks like ants on a log. Delicious.
Yes, I love it
Delicious.
too. I have a little thing of peanut butter that I dip my celery in every day. I eat it about 10 o'clock in the morning.
We get to
and
watch.
Perfect.
I love it.
I like celery and carrots in a matzo ball soup. That's a good one.
Why am I not being represented here? I'm just totally. Where is the collard greens
Look
at?
at that kid who
What's
made
up?
the list. Look at that kid who made the list.
You put her on you show her face. You show her face over there.
Yeah.
Collard greens, where they at? Talk to me.
Mikey grew up with that, didn't you, Mike?
Yeah, you think he had a lot of collard greens growing up?
McNuggets is going, wait a minute, what? What did he
I
just
love collard greens.
He grew up in a hick town in New Jersey.
There you
Come on
go.
now.
Where are the
It's a
black-eyed
beach
peas?
town.
There you is. I need
Collard
that.
greens are delicious. There's
All
no,
right,
there's no
next time,
anti-collard
hey,
green
guys,
here.
next time I'm in studio, I want G to bring me in some collard greens. You cook them, buddy?
No, I got all kind of aunts and uncles. I got all. It's on deck.
All
I
right.
just need that. Now we can't just eat collard greens. Now we see our collard greens got meat in them. There's neck bones.
Oh, you
in
do them with bacon.
There's ham. It's seasoned. with. You can do turkey if you.
I'm not eating anything
Yeah.
neck bone.
Hey, look.
I'm out.
Neck bones.
I'm
I'll
out.
eat some neck bones.
The collard greens I'll do. Neck bone, I'm out. I ain't going there.
Collard greens.
I'm going to G's house for Thanksgiving.
Hey,
There you go.
McNuggets,
I'm in.
McNuggets is telling me that if we don't land the plane now, we're going to crash.
All right, we got to go.
So, Aditi,
Okay.
thank you. Aditi,
Love
when
you.
can we have you
I
do a
love-
top? Aditi, next week we want you to give a
Cornbread.
top 5 list. Can
Yeah.
we get that? from
5
you?
best
Perfect.
fruits. Aditi's 5 best
Okay.
fruits next Tuesday.
No. It
Perfect.
doesn't have to be fruits. Whatever she wants to
Yeah,
do.
you
be
pick
any
the top
food.
5 list, and you bring it,
And you
and
let
we'll
us
judge it.
and you let us know when you come in, and I'll get you some non-neck bone collard
Yeah,
greens.
please.
All
Aditi,
right,
have a
guys,
great
tell them
weekend.
I say hi.
All right.
Absolutely.